Hello everyone, welcome back to another very exciting video. I know it's been a month from my last upload and I have been very inconsistent, not because I've been busy, but because I've been dealing with something internal. I have been battling with imposter syndrome. It got to a point where I started questioning myself. Do I even have the right to speak? I don't have the results yet, so what am I offering? I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying all this, but that's exactly how I feel. And since I've taken the oath of transparency, I just have to share. Imposter syndrome is a real thing. But sometimes it is a sign that you're growing faster in knowledge than in results. And I had to remind myself why I started this in the first place. I didn't start this channel to show that I've made it. I started this to document the process. So first, for me, it's for selfish reasons. I want to see my own growth and I could already see it in real time. When I look back at my videos from years ago, I can already see the difference. How I speak, think, and how I articulate myself. I have evolved. And that's what matters to me. Secondly, it's for anyone watching this who is on a similar path. Someone who is not there yet, but is walking towards it. Evolution is a real thing. If you stick to something long enough and you take it seriously, it will change you. So instead of waiting until I arrive, I have decided to speak anyway. Not as a person who has it all figured out, but as someone who is still in the process. Now let's talk about something that changed how I see progress. The stages of learning. There are 4 stages of learning. The first one is the unconscious incompetence, then the conscious incompetence, then the conscious competence, and the unconscious competence. Let's start with the first one, unconscious incompetence. This is when you don't know what you don't know. You don't know it exists. Exactly where I was when I started trading. It's like driving. When I was little, a lot younger, I don't think about driving. I don't think about how the car moves. The car moves, and that's all I care about. And then when I got a little bit older, that's my teenage years, early teenage years, I understood that the car needed a driver and someone has to drive it. So there's a skill called driving, but I didn't have the skill. I didn't know how to drive. So now I know that the skill exists, but I didn't know how to do it. That is conscious incompetence. I know it exists, but I cannot perform it. Then I started to learn how to drive, and everything I do is intentional. It requires efforts. That is conscious competence. I can do it, but I have to be conscious. I have to think about it. I have to think about it, think through it before I execute. And then unconscious competence is when I drive now. It's how I drive now without thinking about it. If I want to go somewhere, I just think about where I'm going to and I get there. Not having to think about where should I put my leg or how to put on or how to use a turn signal. That's about it. And for trading, it is how I didn't know trading exists. I was just living my life, had no I didn't have access or exposure to trading. And then I was exposed to trading. I know trading exists, but I didn't know how to trade. That is conscious incompetence. I know it exists, but I cannot do it. And then I started to learn how to trade, but everything seems very hard. I had a notebook, and whenever I'm analyzing, I have to go through those steps. Step one, this, that, and that. I could do it, but consciously. And now I trade like a second nature. I don't even think about it. It's not stressful at all. When I just look at the screen or the chart, in 1 minute, I'm gonna know if there's a trade or not. That's how it is. It is second nature. It doesn't exhaust me. It doesn't require any effort. So I'll tell you, with these different stages of learning, you might be maybe in any of the stages. You know something exists, but you don't have the skill, or you're learning, or you've learned and you're applying the skill, but you haven't mastered it. So mastery is the key word, and trading helps you master yourself. Before you can be a successful trader, you have to master yourself. That's why a lot of people quit in this industry. They don't want to face themselves. Because facing yourself meaning admitting to a lot of things. Some people don't want to do that even to themselves. Yeah. So I want to bring this to journaling too. I didn't know what journaling was or what backtesting was or what even data is. And then I got exposed to it. Okay, data is a thing, back testing is a thing, and journaling is a thing. And if I do it, my trading is going to improve. I start to back test to generate data. So I got data and I started to journal my live trades. And I got better. I could see patterns. Because I was recording my emotions and all. And then I saw how I was messing the whole thing up and why I was unprofitable. And then I refined, and got to a point where I'm a better trader. Now I don't back test because I've achieved what I want. When you're in your earlier years, you have to back test. You have to back test and journal. Now I don't journal and I don't back test, but I still do a weekly recap. I go at the end of the week. I look at the charts and the pairs I trade. What could have been? Did I follow every plan? Did I miss? Was there something I wasn't looking at? How did I perform? So I check myself every single week. Remember, reality is a lagging indicator. It doesn't show you who you're becoming, it shows you who you are. So don't give up when you don't see the results yet.